Audio Jungle.
Breaking news. One of our reporters has managed to go a secret interview with Liesel Memminger and Hans Huberman. Let's check in with Basant, Gaur and start with Hans.
Hello, Hans. Thank you for joining an interview. Thanks. Great to be here. So I'll start by asking you, was Liesel really hard to handle?
Well, Liesel was pretty hard, you know? Like, the whole thing when she, stole the book from that burning book pile or whatever, she stole that, and then that was just, like, a thing in itself. And then she started, like, with Hitler, or how she said she hated Hitler. That was really bad, because she can't just say that, especially in Germany.
Right.
So what I had to do was I had to hit her. And I'm sorry, but sometimes that's what you got to do.
Right.
You got to show them what
Fatherly move.
Yeah. I'm a fatherly figure, and I had to do some fatherly spanking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right. So my second question to you is, why did you help Max, who was the kid in your basement?
Well, you see, I went to war, and what should have been my death ended up being a friend of mine's. And my friend's, see, he had a son, and his son just so happened to be Max. So once I heard that Max was in trouble, there's nothing, I had to repay my debt, so I had to just help him. And yeah, basically, like I just couldn't live with the thought of not helping him.
Okay, and then why did he leave?
I didn't want him to leave. Let's just get that out the way. But he left because he felt as if he was endangering our family. Mm-hmm. And I guess in a certain way he was, but I much would have rather him stayed because...
Did Liesel have anything to do with that?
Well, I don't want to blame it on Liesel because that would be really... She loved Max. And all she did was she just warned us of what happened in the basement. And if anyone, it's my fault because I gave the Jewish man the bread, okay, which brought attention to it.
All right, so my last question to you is that why did you give the random Jewish man bread in public?
Well, okay. So the Jewish man, he was hungry. He was starving, basically. He was just skin and bones. He fell down. I felt so sorry for him. And for me to give him bread was like the most magical thing that anyone has ever done for him. It just seemed like, just like from the reaction on his face. And just to know, like, Jewish people honestly are being wronged in the situation. They're being killed just because they're Jewish. Like, they haven't done anything. That's just their religious belief. And if I could just make it better for them, better for only one of them, and to like line up their day, then I would. And that's exactly what I did.
And now we will move on to the interview with Liesel Memminger.
Thank you for joining me in the interview, Liesel.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you for your time.
Oh.
All right, so I'll start by asking off this question. Who do you think was a better friend, Max or Rudy?
Well, to be honest, I think Max was going to be my better friend, even though he left. But the thing is that Rudy was my age. He was more about, you know, the kind of person that I should be friends with, but the fact that Max, I spent all my time with him, I talked about the weather with him, and like he was just a really good friend. We wrote books together. Rudy, he just, all it was about was winning races and, you know, wanting to train to be a Nazi, and that was nothing I wanted to be a part of since I didn't agree with it.
So you're saying that you would be better friends with Max?
Yeah, definitely, because I was really enjoying Jewish people, and I had no idea that what the Nazis were doing at the time, and it turns out that what Max was supporting was completely against Max, who I really loved.
So my second question to you is that, what do you think about Adolf Hitler?
Well, what I've learned after many years is that my parents were actually taken away by Hitler, most likely. And since I had to live with these new parents, I mean, they took me in and they took really good care of me. But I still have never forgotten about my real parents. And since Hitler took him away from me, I don't want to say that I hate people, but I think I really do hate Hitler for that, and I don't think I could ever forgive him. And also the fact that he was trying to kill all of these Jews, and one of my best friends was a Jew. I just couldn't really accept the fact that he was going to do that, and I think that even though that most people are really kind in this world, I just hate him most of all.
So what is your opinion on the Nazi Party? On top
Nazi
of that?
Party, I mean, for one, they agree with everything Hitler was done from killing Jews, which is a big part because I just love my friend Max. And I couldn't do anything less than anything for Max, but the fact that he left kind of cut me short on doing anything for him. And the fact that if they wanted to hurt him means I hate them just as much as Hitler.
Okay. So on a more cheerful note, what was your favorite thing to do during the time?
Well, my favorite things were to, steal stuff at the time with my friends. I was kind of mischievous. Actually, one time we robbed a little guy on his bike by putting ice all over the ground and made him slip and fall. Felt kind of bad for the guy, but, it was really fun. We rode our bikes, we did all kinds of stuff, and I played with Max, too. It was mostly about the thrill of stealing stuff, which is really what I'm known for at the time, was steal books. But, after a while, I started renting them from the library and stuff. But, the best thing that I did in my childhood was probably taking things that weren't mine.